Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth and on this channel I share my travel and bike adventures. In this video you are joining me on my third day of my bike trip from the Netherlands to Copenhagen. So far it's been really fun, so don't forget to check out my previous videos. This third day, however, does face me with some challenges. I bike from Bremen to Hamburg, which is around 110 kilometers. So let's start. As today is gonna be a long bike day, I decided to wake up early. And by my surprise, I had some company close to my tent. As promised in my previous video, I will elaborate a bit on the mosquitoes at the campsite, as there were so many. Literally the moment when I stepped off my bike, a mosquito landed on my arm. Yep, there were a lot. So see for yourself what happened. As you can see, the mosquito spray didn't do a good job. But there were things to do, like packing my stuff. So let's go on. And there I was, packed and ready for the day. And off I went while most of the people were still sleeping. I don't know why, but I really love that feeling, like being awake and doing something while others are still asleep. As I had already left the campsite, I found out my route led me to a route alongside the campsite, passing by the restaurant I ate last night. And look how foggy it is. And this fog created a mysterious vibe along my route. Even the beautiful cozy spot across the day before was now turned into a spooky landscape. Just so intriguing how the weather can change a landscape. And because I left very early, there were also not a lot of people on the streets, which increased this mysterious atmosphere. As I slept really well, my body felt energetic and therefore I biked quite fast. The first place I crossed while leaving Bremen was Lilienthal. And as I did like this new vibe due to the fog, I also expected the fog to disappear as it became later. but as you will see, the fog stayed for quite some time. Then I entered Grasberg, and look at these cobwebs in the small bushes. Ooh. I saw this bakery and was happy to see that it was open, as it was Sunday and I didn't have any breakfast yet. And most of the shops are closed on Sundays. So I bought enough for breakfast and lunch. And they also had these small Nutella packages, which are always nice to have. After eating a sandwich, I jumped back on my bike and then I passed Tarmstedt. And some spooky landscapes later, I crossed Kirchtimke. And I must say that the fact that these places are so quiet increases the spooky vibes. Then I arrive in the next small village called Oostertimke. And some more foggy roads bring me to Oldendorf. And at this point, I'm really feeling like I'm the only person on this planet. Accompanied by horses though. And yet another horse. Next is a bigger town called Zeven. And you might not believe it, but yes, here I found some people on the street. Having left Zeven behind me, I crossed this huge electric construction. And as these massive things are already more impressive on a bike, with this weather, it became a totally different experience. After I passed Klein Mechelsen, the weather seemed to change and the sky became blue. The change of the weather was so fast, which made that the next place called Hostel seemed way more friendly than all the others that I had passed already. I was honestly so intrigued by how fast the weather had changed just in front of my eyes. However, I didn't really have time to focus on that, as the route suddenly became quite steep and also continued to stay steep, which was quite exhausting. As I also ran out of water and my phone battery was dying, I stopped at this restaurant along the road to refill and recharge with an ice cream. Back on the road, the route was still steep and even became quite adventurous. which I really wasn't expecting so close to Hamburg. However, I wasn't actually that close to Hamburg yet. Not as close as I thought and hoped I was. After biking for a while through the forest with some bumpy roads, I entered Sotov, after which I again had some nice and flat roads. And on my way I saw quite a lot of these tractors that were pulling caravans or other tiny houses. Along my route I also found this self-service station with these machines that sold ice cream and fresh products. And as you may know from my previous video, I'm so fascinated by those things. However, I didn't need anything. But I couldn't resist looking how the ice cream machine worked. Back on the road, it didn't take long before I crossed the sign that I had arrived in Hamburg. And at this point I was really glad that I saw the name Hamburg on the sign, as it had already been a long ride with some unexpected steep roads. However, crossing down this neighborhood, another challenge popped up. I was stung by probably a wasp, and I was biking around 25 kilometers an hour when the wasp and I clashed, so yep, it was painful. And besides painful, I was also just done with today's ride. I just wanted to be in Hamburg and in my hostel and taking a shower. Yeah, the ride was around 110 kilometers, but it always ends up being a bit more, so my legs hurted, yep. And however it hurt quite a bit and I wasn't feeling well, I also wasn't at my hostel yet, so I had to continue my trip. But luckily the colorful streets of Hamburg cheered me up again, because look how beautiful. My route changed from nature to cool buildings and back to nature in no time. And then my navigation proposed this road, with a lot of nettles. So with my leg already hurting, I preferred passing this one. Therefore I decided to take a detour, which accidentally went against the traffic. Oops. Having passed the illegal part of my detour, I ended up on this wonderful back road along the water. And then I finally reached the center of Hamburg. And there it is, my hostel. I was so happy to be here. After having showered, I'll give you a quick dorm tour with my bed and the view from the room. And here are the shower and toilet. And then it was time to get some food. And yet another ice cream. I had deserved this one. And I don't know why after such a long day, but I felt I wanted to explore the train station that was located next to the hostel. And there I found this huge food plaza and it was still so busy. After having bought something new to cool my wasp sting, it was time to chill in the hostel and get ready for bed. So that was it for this video. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And then I'll say see you in the next one.